Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Live United, the show all about United Way of Central West Virginia, located conveniently in downtown Charleston, right across from the water company off Court Street. So we want you to know if you have anything you need to drop off, you can stop by. We do have the doors locked right now, but you just ring a bell and we'll come and let you in and take care of you. If you have needs or you need services, you can always just call us at 304-340-3500. But today with me, we've got some really timely information we need to share with you, because we all know that tax season, or we should know that tax season was extended. And there's a lot of people doing this, right? But with me today is Cassandra Curtis, and she is our West Virginia EITC Coalition Leader. But that's only one of the hats she wears, so we'll talk about that later. So welcome, Cassandra.
Hello, thank you.
I'm going to call you Cass.
Okay, that's fine.
And I do want to mention, I do have a mask, and we are social distance, but we tried this, and it didn't work very well. So you didn't bring a mask, did you?
I did not.
I didn't bring you
I have one in the car.
You have one in the car.
All
right. So everyone, remember, you should still be wearing your mask. So, but Cassandra, so what brings you here today? You've got some special stuff going on.
Yes. So this is probably the most crazy tax season that I've had in the time that I've been here. I started in 2017. So we've kind of had to really think outside of the box with the situation that we're in, and just trying to continue with being able to prepare taxes, but also doing it in a safe method.
So tell me, like, way back when, go back in the Wayback Machine. So what was a normal tax year for you? What did that look like?
So it would normally start in February.
Okay.
We would have people come in, like 30 to 45 minutes. We would spend time with the client, answer questions, kind of see what their tax return looked like. But we would be able to see them face to face. And ask the important questions and do all that kind of stuff. So currently we've kind of had a modified method,
okay,
where it's more of a drive-through. So we are using masks, we are using gloves, we are not reusing pens, we're not reusing clipboards. Each client has a certain set of papers, so we are putting them in boxes so they're not actually even touching the new papers that we'll have. But yes, it's a drive-through method. So we talk to you from your car. We do keep that social distance, but we are still able to talk to the client and answer questions, but it's just not having that really face-to-face sit-down. It's more of a car conversation, but we've had to get a little bit just creative with trying to have that done. And then I also have a site actually in Dunbar that they're a credit union, and they're actually doing it through their drive-through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, kudos to you and your team, because what you have been doing and what you continue to do today really is commendable and amazing, and I know you're helping out a lot of folks. So if someone is listening or watching right now and they're thinking, taxes, wait a minute, I don't have my taxes done.
Yes.
What do they do?
So you would call 304-340-3524.
Okay.
Or you can call the main United Way, because they can send me up to them. But then the other is you can send my email, just kind of asking what the hours are, kind of let me know what your return looks like. So that's CCurtis, CURTIS @unitedwaycwv.org.
Okay.
And just so everyone knows, it is extended until July 15th, so there's no reason to, get crazy yet. We do have available times on Monday evenings that we're able to assist you. So any way that you want to contact me, we can try to set you up with an appointment.
So who is this service for?
Low income to moderate individuals. So we're really trying to look to see if you maybe qualify for that earned income tax credit.
Okay.
So we're trying to get you as much money back as we can.
Okay.
And with it being a free service, usually that tax preparation fee you would pay a paid preparer, that stays in your pocket. So that's just more money that we're trying to keep in your pocket.
She did my taxes, and she did a fabulous job. So, yes. I mean, that's what, if you qualify and you're able to take advantage of the service, why would you not take advantage of the service?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I know one day you had some roses delivered?
Yes, so I do have people that, do appreciate.
I don't think that's a requirement.
Yeah, no roses. We have some people that have brought us cupcakes, candy bars. We've had a lady that was an elderly lady that loved art. So she actually painted us a little coaster, and that was just her way of saying, thank you.
Wow.
She was stressing about it, and then we were able to take that off her to-do list.
But it is stressful,
Well, yeah.
It is a stressful time, and it is nice to know that there are, friendly and helpful and accommodating folks like yourself and your team who, want to work. And like you say, your end goal is to have success stories.
Right.
Can you tell us?
We want to tell people that, yes, you're getting money back. So that's kind of the full circle that we really work on.
Yeah.
Is we want you to earn those credits, but then we kind of want to give you an idea of, how can you make it last longer?
Sure.
Or how can you maybe next year be in the green is what I tell people.
Okay.
Because usually when you're in the red, that's not a good thing. That usually means you owe. So we try to kind of figure out maybe what we could look at to see that you do end up in the green, because that's always a good day.
So what are some simple things that maybe people overlook that they could do throughout the year?
The biggest thing is your W-4.
Okay.
When you fill out your W-4, even if you do zeros, which means they
So
take
you're
out that
withholding.
max. Right.
Okay.
So it's just maybe taking out that extra $5 to $10, or setting aside and making some estimated payments, because
Okay.
that also can lessen, throughout the year. If you can quarterly maybe send in $100, even if you overpay, you're going to get that back.
Okay.
So it's just kind of looking at, their dynamics and their situation, and then going from there to say, if you can make these modifications or if you can make these changes, next year when you come to see us, we might have a better idea of, where you may be.
Sure. So does someone come to mind who you think of like, oh gosh, I remember doing this tax preparation and I made them so happy?
Right. So usually it's our elderly, because they really don't know they don't have that constant income that a 20 to 45-year-old may have.
Okay.
They're living on that Social Security and that retirement, and they're just some of the things that they're not really made aware of.
Right.
Because they're not really in that workforce anymore.
Right.
So telling them, you can have some taxes withheld from Social Security, but you get that right back.
Right.
So, usually there was a lady that she hadn't done her 2018 or 19.
Okay.
And she had pretty substantial amounts getting back. So she was excited.
Yeah.
She actually called me when she got her check and said she was going to do some house modifications.
Yeah.
So she had enough money to pay for that and not have to worry about it, to where, she was kind of struggling with how she was going to pay for those
Sure.
improvements. But yeah, she had no idea she was getting a return back.
Wow.
So we told her for 2 years, and that 18 had gained some interest.
Yeah.
So she was just stoked that she got enough money. She was
Well, it's like
I can take care of
found
it.
money.
Correct. And that's what it was. She was
Yeah.
like, I was just nervous I was going to owe. And that's what a lot of people, they're nervous. They don't know if they're going to get money back, and
Right.
keeping up with everything that's going on.
Sure.
So, yeah, she called me when she got her check, and she was super happy.
Oh.
Yeah. So she definitely comes to mind.
So aside from you, who else works with you on this project?
So we have some within the United Way staff.
Okay.
We actually have the LifeBridge project director, Robin Bowman.
Okay.
She went from a greeter, and she felt comfortable after that first year and kind of seeing our process that she actually became a quality reviewer.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
we kind of want to get
Yeah.
you to that stage, because a lot of people, when they say they want to volunteer, they're like, I don't want to prepare taxes. So, we try to get you to that comfortable stage. So then I also have a lady that actually worked for H&R Block for
Okay.
multiple years, and she really struggled with telling them, you owe the government, but then you owe us for preparing your taxes.
Right.
So she actually volunteers not only with the EITC program, she also volunteers with AARP, which is
Okay.
also another free
Sure.
preparation. So she really enjoys that aspect and being able to say, you don't owe me anything, and I'm just here to take care of your taxes.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that is, if someone is watching or listening and they think this is a good opportunity for them, perhaps next year or in the future, would they just contact you?
Yes, they would contact me with that phone number or the email, and then we kind of gauge of where you're comfortable.
Sure.
We have trainings, we have face-to-face meetings. Depending on what the situation looks like around that time next year, we'll make a decision. But yeah, we think, start out as a greeter.
Right.
Just kind of look at our process, and then if you have a tax background, we have retired teachers, we have accountants, we have a very vast majority of volunteers. So we kind of just have that conversation, and then from there we talk about testing and that kind of stuff, because it is a free service, but we do go through testing each year, because tax law changes each year.
Sure.
So we want to make sure we're as prepared to prepare your taxes as we can be.
Are there any types of taxes or situations that you can't handle or prepare?
Some that have a lot of like the rentals and very, simple return is like W-2s,
Right.
Retirement, Social Security. But when you kind of get into that land and oil and gas and that kind of stuff, or the amount, if you're making over $69,000 a year, we're really looking at the low to moderate, so we can save them that money.
Sure.
Of going to a paid preparer. But especially if it's just W-2s, there's no reason that we can't prepare your taxes and you keep that preparing money.
Sure.
So yeah, we do have some logistics, but generally we're looking for that low to moderate income individuals that really.
And that's what, when you look across the state, our
Most
average household income, most people within the state, within the county would qualify. So, yeah, so if you're out there and you're watching, or someone's told you about it, look into it, because I've always heard it's better to file your taxes than to think, hey, I'm just going to not.
And that's what we tell a lot of people. Even if you think you're going to owe, the IRS has payment plans. They have options to where if it's not feasible for you, but when you don't file, it's not showing kind of like that good faith that you are going to file. So, we have had people that haven't filed for years. And we tell them, don't do that. Come to us. Come talk to us. We'll give you some phone numbers. We'll give you some options. And, checking out the IRS.gov and keeping up to date with that kind of stuff. But it really is better to file than not to file for years and years and years.
Sure.
We always tell people that. Just come and see us.
Just come see us.
And we will work with you. We will try to give you the best knowledge and the best advice we can.
Right. Well, and the other plus this year is that it's given you an opportunity to talk to people about the census.
Correct. So we want to make sure, the impact that they know the census has, and that it's a very simple process. It's not anything that's going to take a lot of time. And with us doing the drive-through method, you could do it in the amount of time that it takes us to prepare your taxes.
Sure.
So, it's a very, 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 very heavy thing that we really need to focus on, that we make sure that everyone is doing the census.
Right. And remind us again, what is that deadline? Tax
July
deadline?
15th.
July 15th.
So as long as you have it even that day, the July 15th, I will be available at the United Way, and I will have a volunteer there.
Okay.
So if we have any emergency, or, someone just hadn't really thought about it, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I need to get my taxes done. We will be available until that last possible day.
Okay. I wanted to pivot for a minute, so let's take off your tax hat.
I got you.
Put on your other hat.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about what RSVP is.
Retired Senior Volunteer Program.
Okay.
So it is 55 and older.
And you're the director.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. I cover 16 counties. We go through Kanawha, Boone. We have Cabell. We go all the way up to Mon, Marion, and Preston.
Okay.
So we're across the board, and actually right now we should be in recognition season.
Okay.
So with, the COVID situation, we've kind of had to rethink. With us having over 700 volunteers.
So what do these folks do?
So we actually have multiple counties involved in making the mask. Where a lot of them, they're not in their food pantries. They're not able to do some of their normal volunteer opportunities, but they wanted to help. So them knowing that they were at home. We do have some knitting groups that have made well over 200 masks. Where they're giving it to the state police, but they really wanted to do something even though they were at home.
So pre-COVID, what are volunteer opportunities that these folks
So we have senior centers.
Okay.
We have people that transport veterans to their doctor's appointments. We have people that do the backpack buddy program.
Okay.
We still have the knitting, but they're doing more of like the veteran lap throws.
Okay.
Senior centers helping with exercise class, helping with computer class. We have news and mailing groups that work. Those volunteer opportunities would be